I'm very honored to be here. I've been speaking for the Sons of Confederate Veterans, our Southern heritage, from Chicago, Illinois to Tampa, Florida, from Bakersfield, California to Charleston and all places in between. But standing here speaking to you good people today is going to be the highlight of my career as a Southerner. And I appreciate y'all being here. Coming here, I had to make reservations at the hotel, so I called the reservation number. Now, you know, like I do, when you call one of these numbers, you know you're going to get somebody in Delhi, India or something. It don't mean the skin of the Delhi, E-O-U-R, but fortunately, I got a very young lady, nice young lady from Cincinnati, Ohio. So I told her where I was going, Stone Mountain, Georgia, and what I was going to be doing. I was going to be there for a memorial service. Didn't say anything. Then I told her, I need the address. Do you have the address? And she started looking. She said, well, it looks like it's on a Robert Lee, and that's with 2 E's. I said, ma'am, do you know who that Robert E. Lee is? She said, no, I've never heard of him. Now, listen, we laugh at that. She's in Cincinnati, Ohio. We might say, oh, well, what do you expect? That mentality of that age group of people is with us today throughout the South. It's everywhere. Folks, those are the same people who are so gullible because they have no real facts in their head about these men and our heritage that they'll believe the neo-Marxist garbage that's being poured into their head. They'll believe that these 3 gentlemen were racist bigots who were fighting to protect and promote slavery. That's a communist lie. Jefferson Davis, when he was still in Congress, offered America what he called the high road to emancipation. The high road, which would entail educating the slaves, giving them property in American territory in the West so they would become freeholders, landholders, and become prosperous citizens. But guess what happened? Those marvelous, loving, pure Yankees turned them down because they didn't want black folk in their country out west. But yet we are the racists. No, they are the racists. These gentlemen, Robert E. Lee, Jefferson Davis, Stonewall Jackson, they were good Christian gentlemen. If we don't do something to educate our children and our grandchildren, they all are going to respond to somebody one day by saying, who is that Robert E. Lee? That's with 2 E's, Lee. It is our job, and that's why the Sons of Confederate Veterans has started in this issue, this term of Paul Gramlin's command, the Southern Victory Campaign. Now listen, folks. We've got to do a better job. It's not that little girl's fault that she don't know who Robert E. Lee is. It's not the fault of those people who think these men are racist, bigots, and traitors to our country, that they believe that communist garbage. It's our fault. We have not done a good enough job of giving the truth to these people. We have spent too much time talking to each other. We got to educate John Q. Public. We got to tell Billy Bible and Joe Sixpack the truth about these men and our heritage, or else it will all be lost. All the values, the traditional American values, are under attack. These men are just the low-hanging fruit for the neo-Marxists. When they can get rid of these people, just think, the Christian cross is just as offensive as the Confederate flag. The 10 Commandment monument will come down just like they want this monument to come down. All the good traditional values of America is under attack. And if you and I do not get busy and do a good job of turning this around, all will be lost. Now, Commander Gramlin has started this Southern Victory Campaign, which we have right now going on this month, Confederate Heritage Month. Over $5,000 being spent on radio ads in key areas. $2,000 in internet ads, pointing people to Make Dixie Great Again website, where they can see videos and read articles pro-South positive information about the South. That's a little information there. If every camp, we have 800 camps, if every camp would download our radio ads and go to your radio stations and play these ads on your radio station, we can educate our people. We must change the narrative. We must give our people reasons to be proud of who they are. Right now, in America, the latest poll in America shows that 55% of Americans, not Southerners, but Americans say, leave our monuments alone. Well, that's good. In the South, it's 65%. Unfortunately, 20 years ago, it was 90 to 95%. We are losing a little bit at a time. If we don't go on the offensive and take back the narrative, give our information to our people, in another 20 years, there will be no more Southern history. It is our job. Ron and I, when we wrote The South Was Right, one of the things we always love to tell people, yes, the South was right. But the South was right in 1861 because America was right in 1776. These men were the defenders of the real America. Your Confederate forefathers were the defenders of the real America. Are you going to let the neo-Marxists take that real America and trash it forever? No! Then get busy. Join the Confederate Legion. Give us some money that we can put these ads on every radio station across the South. Stimulate people, to educate them, to motivate them, and to activate them to defend the noble heritage of our country and the South. Until then, join with me. Everywhere I go, I'll pray this prayer. The South, the grand, the glorious, the everlasting South